Now that is some funky cha-cha rhythm that is from the first track on our new CD on the Concord Picante record label entitled Out of Sight. Now let's take a look at some of the video footage at the actual recording session of the boys and me doing our thing. I'm really excited about this new release, Out of Sight, because it brings together so many different types of music, so many different types of cultures, feelings, expressions, lifestyles. I think this is one of the very best CDs I've ever released. First tune, 1 Mint Julep, is really a nice, funky cha-cha. And I heard this tune many, many years ago, of course. This is one of the tunes that Ray Charles made very famous. Well, all right. Well. John Burke is the vice president of Concord Records, and we hang out a lot together. John came over to my home, and I started showing him some of my old CDs, and he said, Poncho, we ought to do some of this stuff. And so John helped me put this idea together. All right, here we go. Hit you to the horse one time. 1, Hitch It to the Horse, Marianne, J.B. Strutt, and Out of Sight. Features Fred Wesley on trombone and Pee Wee Ellis on saxophone. And of course, both of them guys come from the original James Brown band.
Okay.
Marianne, now that tune comes back from way back from the 50s. And that's a tune, of course, written by the great one himself, Ray Charles. And I remember this tune as a young boy growing up. I went to see a local harmonica player play here in town, Dale Spalding, who's one of my very best friends now. And he was playing that tune, Marianne. I said, man, that's that old tune. I know that'll work as a funky cha-cha in the studio. So we brought Dale into the session. Well, now, once again, Ray Charles, you hear him sing one note or say one word, and you know it's Ray Charles. There's only one of those around, and that's the original Ray Charles. So we're very proud, and it felt so good to have Ray on this new CD. That feels pretty good, right? That's better. Francisco Torres plays trombone, great arranger and great soloist. Serafine Aguilar plays trumpet and flugelhorn, powerful, strong lead player. Scott Martin plays tenor saxophone, alto saxophone, and flute, and baritone saxophone, and also a great arranger. George Ortiz on timbales. Georgie also plays timbales, congas, bongos, all percussion instrument. Tony Banda on bass and vocals, helps me with the vocals. Sal Vasquez plays the Cuban thrash guitar, the regular guitar. Check it is, all percussion instruments, fine young musician. David Torres is our musical director on piano, and David is like my right arm. David helps me with all the arrangements. 1, 2, 3, 4. And helps run the band. David Torres plays piano and organ on the CD. Concord has decided to release this CD in Super Audio, which gives you 6 channels of sound instead of 2 like you get in stereo. It sounds like you're on stage in the middle of the band. Got your high. Wait. Well, this is one of my all-time favorites, James Brown tunes, Out of Sight. We're doing this Latin style as a cha-cha, funky cha-cha with a conga, bongos, and timbales, bell. We're gonna make this a funky cha-cha, soul music. shape of the figure, mama. They keep me uptight. Sal Vasquez, who plays tres, guitar, and percussion in the band, I taught him how to play ever since he was a little kid about this music. I used to play with his father. His father, Ralph Vasquez, is my all-time best friend. I met Ralph Vasquez when I was 4 years old. We walked to kindergarten together. And so from time to time, I go back to the old neighborhood and see some of the old guys, Mike Dominguez, Art Rodriguez, and the guys from the old Halos band in the old neighborhood. And, you know, 21 CDs later and 4 Grammy nominations and 1 Grammy and 2 Billboard Awards and all that. I just sing and play from my soul and from my heart, and that's how I do it. Hey! But most of all, you're out of sight. There it is.
That is it.
Hey, there it is. Hey, there it is.